Hello and welcome back to the Bree campaign. This is going to be a short episode just to ask what we think. Well, I mean, it's more that I just want to go through this message in full in a 5-minute video, read it out, and then decide which way I want to go. My lord, the nature of our talks became known to the Dunedain, and they have sent a lordly messenger of their own, Pad here, to assist with the process. Now, after a full year of discussion, arguments and bitterness, and no small amount of peacekeeping, it is clear we have the choice of two paths to walk. The first is perhaps the more feared and yet more eloquently, yet pleadingly requested by Ped here, and that is to stand with the Dunedain, shoulder to shoulder. He asks that we rise up and declare boldly and unabashedly that we, the Breelanders and the simple hobbits of the Shire, will not stand for Sauron's dominion. He asks that we not see the blood of the Dunedain elves and dwarves be disrespected with our ignorance and willful neglect of our own defence, and that we fight for the freedom of Middle-earth. I think we're already doing that. The council was at first horrified by his scornful words and the idea of marching to the far corners of the world, but some felt it was our duty to assist those that have defended us unseen for countless years. Pedhir's suggestion was that we directly help fund the Dunedain war effort, although this will mean a big monetary hit to our own coffers. However, he said that much of our money would combine with our well-developed infrastructure, and to assure our stout fighters would be equipped with the garb of old Arnor. The white tree would stand proud on the chests of every man who fights for our freedom. He also told of how the Dunedain themselves would eagerly fight with us if we come out of what he called hiding, and that together we would be nigh unstoppable. Furthermore, he spoke of the number of elves of both Imladris and Linden who would be so moved by our defiance that they too would stand against us. Stand against the shadow. Finally, he recounted tales of the majesty of the great roads of Eriador and the mighty bridge at Farbad, and how we, with the Dunedain's help, could rewrite those tales of great roads of our own. Padhir spoke of power, freedom, majesty, and hope. But his talk of money didn't sit well with most, and the hobbits especially sneer at him, even now, for fear that their sons, brothers and fathers will be sent to war. Not an easy path to walk, but surely it is the morally high one. Do we leave the free peoples to stand alone? Shall their blood be spilled whilst we grow fat and lazy? And we truly ready to spill our own blood, though? How will the council face the wives and mothers of those sent to Eriador? How will we face the wives and mothers of those sent that do not return? The second path was greatly lauded by many as the perfect solution. We simply pay others to do what we should not have to do. These words were spoken by Dringol, a most stout, block-headed, stubborn, rude, cowardly, miserably old and bothersome hobbit. He was the most outspoken opponent of Petir, and he proposed a simple solution. He cried that we should look to our own borders. Our builders should not be out restoring weed-infested old roads, but should instead be building better fortifications here for our people. He felt that strong walls and not strong arms would be needed to stop the tide of darkness. He argued for the importance of maintaining our thriving economy, and to do this on our own, not by letting every Tom, Dick or Harry that happens across the Beerland to waltz in. This is the Vote Leave campaign option. His plans had the support of many of the councilmen, for the promise of wealth was very real, and where Petir speaks of an overall decline in our wealth, Dringol proudly proclaims that this can be made tenfold what it already is. Finally, the isolationists would have us buy our protection from cutthroats, bandits, rather than risk our own sons in the field. They talk of how many travellers pass through Breeland asking for work, and that we should put them to use defending our interests abroad. Under Dringol's plan, mercenaries from the furthest reaches of Middle-earth would come to fight under our banner, and our people will be safe. He even talks of dwarven warriors from both Erid, Luin and Khazad-dûm who have expressed an interest in fighting for us if the price is right. This path seems cowardly to me, but the promise of safety, wealth and grand cities and others to do our dying seems almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Sorry for butchering some of the wording of that, but I am going to go with the mercenary choice, just because the idea of getting a load of mercenaries to fight, more unit variety, I just think it's really cool. So I'm really excited to do this, and this was the main reason I did this, to choose this option rather than to go with Arnor, because normally I'd go with the Dunedain, but this time round I think it'd be cooler to, go with a different option. So after all this, a decision has to be made. The council is split, and only the word of our master will set us on the path. So do we side with Paladin and the Dunedain, or do we side with Dringo and the mercenaries? Click on the tick to side with the Dunedain and elves, or click on the cross to side with the mercenaries and the dwarves. We stand alone, a day that shall be noted forever. We have chosen the path of wealth, prosperity, and cowardice. Others will now fight or die for us, and Pedir made no attempt to hide his fury. Not 2 days passed since he left. Another messenger arrived informing us that the Dunedain have withdrawn their defenders from our borders, and they have decided that the men of Bree now stand alone. Our unseen alliance with them has ended, and those that were fighting with us have returned to their homes in El Gildeder? Something word. Truly do we stand apart from the Dunedain now, but we do not stand alone. Already mercenaries are flocking to our gates, and we are having to construct new lodgings for them as they demand quarters grows by the day. We may not wish to see our men slain by the enemy, but we shall stand against the enemy. May the banners of Bree ever wave. That was good, and does break our alliance with them, but we can just get that back, and to be honest, that's probably what we're going to do. So, I will train. Can we train another diplomat? No. So, there should now be a new... I'm not sure how it works with the building browser. So, if I go building gathering halls... Right, so we have to build all this way up to here to get them, and then we can get Dunlending pikemen, Rudar warriors, and Salarin mercenaries. And then at the next level, we can get the next level, which is... Oh, I've forgotten where it is now. There we go. Harondor mercenaries, Ravanium riders, hunters, spearmen, sons of the fallen. Yes, privateer axemen, privateer cavalry. I mean, this is... bonk. I mean, sons of the fallen are absolutely immense. They just single-handedly can destroy armies. So, I'm chuffed. I'm happy we went this way, and I think it means that we can get the next level of town as well now. I think that's how it works. But anyway, let's keep on looking at training options. So, they're training. Mengelin is training troops. Let's get some more options there. And let's put them over there. Get another unit of lumbermen once those archers have built. Now I'm going to send those lumbermen north because there is a unit to retrain there. And I'm going to send these guys up to Cor Willashar. And then everyone else is going to make their way to Matrife. And I'm going to build a Traveller's Rest there. And next I'm going to get the Traveller's Rest here. And I'm going to get one here. And we are sieging out Farbad. We've locked them down. I have to assume...
First, I will take your lands, then your lives.
I mean, most of their troops now are holed up in the Argond area.
By your command.
Because we need to try and get as many troops into the south as we can. Can I recruit anything here yet? No. What about in Dolvorn? I know I can get the lumberman, but I don't want to. We've got 2 units going already there. Don't need anything from there. Don't need anything from there. And then in Matrife, can we get anything? Get some Bree land pikemen. Got 2 units training there. Got 2 units training there, plus the lumbermen when they come out. And we could grab as... Oh yeah, we don't have the training facilities to grab any of that. We can grab some merchants though from there, so we'll grab those. Yeah, that'll do. The next turn we'll establish trade and an alliance, hopefully, with Eric. That will be the plan, and get map info. I'll be interested to see what Dunland do. Are Dunland going to turn around and try... Aha! They have indeed. Interesting. So, Chieftain Yagfak brings Guardians of Dunland, which are an extremely powerful unit, but they are successful? Oh god, words. They are crossbows killed them because they're armor piercing. There we go. He's got Chieftain's Bodyguards that are a good unit. Captain Nisan has Dunlending Raiders and Clan Spearmen, so they're not particularly useful. Clan Axemen, Dunlending Berserkers, Dunlending Warband, and Dunherd Champions. So there's a pretty small army. The only units really to watch out for are the 2 Generals' Bodyguards. But we've got a decent front line of troops here with archers, and Herb himself is a decent commander. Not amazing, but not too bad. If we can kill Yagfak, that'll be good. Right, so let's take advantage of this hill. This hill is screaming, defend me. There's the river in the background. Yeah, so I'm going to put these guys in the center, behind stakes. Then on the other side, I'm going to put this unit of Breland Militia. And on the other side, I'm going to put this unit of these guys. That's going to be the front line. Then I'm going to have these lumbermen on one side as a flanking force. And then I'm going to have these units to support. And then I'm going to have Herb on this side as a sort of... Well, actually, shall I overload one flank? Let's overload one flank. So I'm going to have him to support the Breland Militia.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
It's as if I knew. Right, so let's put the Archer Militia up on this hill here. Shall I move the Breland Militia? Oh yeah, let's move a unit of the Breland Militia to support them. Let's put the Lumberman there, and then let's move him to here. We're shortening our front lines there, but you know, not by too much. Then I'm going to move them to there. Those archers are going to move up, along with these merchantmen. that I'm going to put into a position here to block. And then I'm going to use another unit of archer militia here. Yeah. Everyone move. Get going. Because, yeah, the thinking is, if we can, you know, there's a 300 or so troops here, but only split into 2 units. And then most of their force is coming from here. So there's chieftains, bodyguards. They're what we've got to deal with. Yeah, as many units as we can to there. We need to try and kill as many of them as we can.
General's bodyguard. Run! In our favor. Victory will be ours.
The Guardians of Dunland. Aha! So my general against his general. So my general is 921 with AP. I don't think his general has AP. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shoot them in the back with them. And then what I might do is I might bring these guys over here to almost act as an extra level of defensive fire. Those pikemen are... And then we're going to use these archers in a somewhat defensive situation. We're losing a fair amount of them, but no, no, no. Whoa. That's a no, Herb. Those Dunlending Warband aren't doing very well against them. And those Berserkers are also starting to rout.
Attack! Charge! The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Come on. Come on.
Attack!
Come on. Please open fire. Thank you. We could end up losing Herb here. Those clan spearmen are looking a little bit feisty. Wonder how they're liking getting shot in the back by a bunch of hobbits. Come on, keep attacking.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Those Dunlending pikemen and having a fun time. This is turning into a bit of a slogfest, which isn't so good.
Keep your heads up. Attack!
Do with some more troops here.
It's very much in our favor. Victory will be ours. Our men have slain the enemy general.
Aha!
Without him, his troops
Which one though?
their will to fight.
Captain Nissan. That's not the one that we've got to really worry about. Okay, they're routing. Come on, open fire. Got one more volley in you.
Keep them at a distance. Charge! Charge! Keep them at a distance. Charge! They won't get through us. Attack! Keep your heads up. Have an arrow ready. Be ready, archers. Charge! That's it.
Come on.
General's bodyguard.
So there's not a huge amount of them left. And there's only Yagfak himself really that's left now. Those clan spearmen are running.
Be vigilant, yeomen.
Dunlending warband. Those pikes are getting dealt with. Come on, kill Chieftain Yagfak. Kill him. They aren't doing so well.
Keep your heads up. March! Lost half of our men. The orcs near.
Let's go and help out our faction leader. Because I don't really care if we lose some archers.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press their charge! Keep your heads up. Charge!
It's only really Yagback now. The captain's getting in, stabbing him. So yeah, we seem to do our job in this little skirmish. There he is.
The crows have his miserable bones, and the enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down. This is a clear victory.
That was a fairly good result.
Glory, honor, victory. An honorable, glorious victory. A most noble conquest.
And yeah, we're going to take Royal Farbad. Now, the real trick will be holding it. Because I think we could struggle to hold it. We've killed the chieftain of the Dunlendings. We don't want Sadok. My lord, I am not sure whether my news is good or bad. A man calling himself Reginald of Dorwinion has arrived in Breeland with a contingent of mercenaries from Ravanion. I have heard rumours that his name back east was Reginald the Slayer. Oh, he sounds good. He promises to fight with us for a small fee and says there is nothing that can stop us with his blade. He wears a strange purple garb that I have not seen before, and he speaks of a land of wine that he once called home. For good or ill, this man is with us. Let us hope it is for the former. Okay, well that's really cool. Now we've got some extra money.
What is it you wish to discuss?
I don't want an alliance, but I do want trade rights.
Possibly a mistake, but we'll accept. Another proposition for us then? Do you think me a Mainz meeting was disappointing?
Oh, 100 gold. Hell yes.
Yes.
And it looks to me, so Reginald, he's arrived with some sellswords. And he's got more sellswords. Okay. So he seems cool. So we get 2 units of sellswords. Maybe we'll get him to lead the army. Where was that guy, by the way, that I recruited? What was... Rub. Yeah, Rubs doesn't seem like he rubs all the time. 10 points if you liked my joke there. Where's the guy that we adopted? Is he down south of Andy? Ah, he is. I think we will leave Frodo in command in the south with all of these troops that are making their way there. I think that's a good idea. Oh, we want the mines. Because they make a lot of money. Nearly at the point where we can retrain them. So we've got some more troops that are heading down south. I think we have enough troops to hold the river. At least for now.
order. Move! We go no further today.
And I think I will move him in that direction.
Prime position to launch a cowardly ambush if need be. This tower will keep your will, my lord. Yes. Orders.
They're all moving that way. Yeah, let's move these troops out. Along with them.
Your will, my lord. My lord. By your command.
Get the free up cape for a turn for them.
Your will, my lord. We can go no
Hi there,
further
Cat.
today.
Cat's made an appearance. Yeah, I feel like we're kicking into overdrive now, from a standpoint of how well we're doing. I'm very tempted to have a look at how the rest of the world is shaping up, bearing in mind how we're doing. And Overlord Agendar's here, and Lord Skuld.
Yes.
These are two very good units of sellswords, so I can't wait to use them. We've got 3k left. Let's build land clearance there. Hunter's camp there. Leather worker there. I think that'll do. Bree is now building the Traveller's Rest. We've got a while to go before we can build any more units, but we can get Longbeard crossbows, Longbeard swordsman, Legion axe and shield guard, but not for a very long time. Nice. So these units are sort of ready for when we need to go north and deal with Angmar.
It will be an honor defeating you. I respect you. Orders.
So we need to get those pikemen down there as long as we can. We just need one turn. One turn. Jesus. And he's still holding down the south. And then let's just end the turn now. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh, we've got trade rights. Oh, what was I talking about then? Let's get map information. Let's just see how Ered Luin are doing. You can probably hear the sound of my cat purring. Oh, we'll do that. So we are now allied with the dwarves.
Diplomacy has failed this day.
And as I say, we're going to make a move on Angmar when we can. Okay, well they lay siege.
We must make a stand. We are besieged.
And unfortunately, we've got very limited units there to sort of stop them. But they're not coming at us with the most amazingly large army. So I'm going to say no to him. But Royal Farbad, we're going to get a Sheriff's Guild. Coruscant is attacked. Dorwinion is in decline. And we can go make relations with Mordor.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Dunedain is assaulted. Done building troops. And now we're friends with the dwarves in the north.
Your will, my lord. As you wish. My lord.
Right.
Orders. Orders. order. Your will, my lord. By your command.
I can build a leather worker to get some more troops in production, so I'm going to build that there. And then in the tribe, I'm going to leave that as is.
Yes. Your will, my lord. As you wish. Your will, my lord. By you, my lord. Yes. We can go no further today.
Getting ourselves a decent little garrison here. Where did... where did... I don't have a family tree, do I? But I do have a list scroll. Ah, so when I said no, Fee of the Dunedain left. Ah, okay. That's not so good. I'm not happy with that, but
Yes, my lord.
I can understand why. No, we need a decent army to go and attack over here. So let's build what we can where we can. And call Willishar, for example. When's our next unit? 7 turns. So we'll have a very experienced unit coming soon. Next turn we'll be able to get them in. And he'll be there soon enough.
We can go no further today.
Your order, my lord.
Orders. As you wish. Yes. We shall slaughter them, my lord. My lord. Yes. An order.
This is all how we sort of wanted things to go.
Yes.
We've got a decent army now of troops.
An order.
And my hope is that as we go into the sort of Dunland areas, I can start getting Dunland mercenaries.
I can greet you, but not serve you, my lord. My lord. Approaching quietly.
Be gone.
I think I'm going to end this episode now with a little look at the world around us. So, let's have a little look. I hope you don't mind me doing this, but I just find it interesting. So, let's see how everything's playing out. So, Ered Luin, as per our map information, are fairly close. That is one hell of an army. And they seem to be holding back Angmar now, who are sieging Numanas. They haven't got the troops to siege there. That's an Orc general. That's Dragoo. And it looks like Overlord Agandao is around. The Orcs of the Misty Mountains are doing extremely well. Imladris is literally like a random area. Fenris Drunin is being assaulted again. To Anduin has been taken. So they've expanded. We're going to need to be a bit careful about them, because they've got quite the domain. The Doors of Khazad-dûm are sort of very average, and the Orcs of the Misty Mountains are taking the fight to them. Good on them. Lothlorien is in the same starting location, except they've taken Tirith Anduin. Interesting. And Dol Guldur are doing well. Dorwinion is looking absolutely destroyed, so the emphasis is going to be on Dale to fight back. By the looks of it, the dwarves though are holding them on their border, and Dale's pushing in. The Woodland Elves are doing well. Anduin looks like they're holding-ish, and Rohan is suffering. They still have Edoras, and they still have the Hornburgs. So they have their strongest settlements. These three are their strongest, and it looks like they're off trying to take back
I am a
their
warrior,
towns.
not an emissary, my lord.
Isengard are beating back them. And Dunland aren't looking as strong as I thought they would, to be honest. And I assume it's because most of their forces are being dragged away by Enid Wife. And then let's have a look at Gondor. So, ooh, Harad are pushing in. Although there's some decent armies there. Forlongs are off and about. But Harad look like they're pushing in on all fronts. They've shut off Khand. Khand are out of the game. And as are them at the moment. But Golfville Tobalas has fallen to, not Umbar, the Ardenium. And how's Mordor doing? Mordor has expanded all the way into Lorgarth. That's quite funny. It's probably distracting troops away, but is that Gorfmog? Captain Crimp. Ah, Gorfmog the Scarved is on that side of the river. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to need some help. They are going to need some help from us in the future. But Rune is absolutely huge. They are like, cool. And they're under siege in Coruscant. So if they lose that, they really have lost everything. What will they have left? They'll have Carverad. So Rune have absolutely gone to town. And the Burka's owned by Dale. That's funny. Right then, that is, I think, it for this episode. So thanks very much for watching. As I say, on the next one we will be looking to finish off Dunland in the north of the river. And Argond will hopefully fall to our influence. But thanks very much for watching. Have a good evening. Thanks again. Bye-bye.